Hey guys, it's Oscar. Thanks for joining me today with another video talking about Panini Prizm Basketball. And I wanted to get into basically when it first came out in 2012 all the way up to the current year. But what's great is I have a chart that breaks down the top 5 graded rookies in Prizm each year. So PSA 10, top 5 rookies. I've got a chart with 2012, 13, 14. So we'll have some fun looking at that in just a minute. Doing some research. It looks like either Luka or possibly Zion is going to be the very first ever Prizm base card that have over 10,000 PSA 10s. That number is just big. So I'll show you that chart in just a minute. First, I want to briefly go over kind of the debut of Prizm when it came out in 2012, and then of course moving forward. So 2012 Prizm, when it first came out, wasn't necessarily a lot of hype. It was considered somewhat of a base product. And what I mean by that is, you look at Flawless or Immaculate, something like that. Those are premium high-end products. And then you've got, Hoops, for example, which is kind of considered the lower end. Prizm was barely above Hoops, if that makes sense, as far as the hierarchy. The boxes, the ones that go for about $3,000 a box right now, 2012 Prizm, hobby goes for about $3,000 a box. You could get those for 75 to 80 bucks when they first came out. And what's interesting is it stayed that way for a long time. The market in 2012 was a lot different than it is now. What's really interesting about the 2012 class is it's the first time since 1986-87 where more than one draft class was combined. So if you notice in 2012, you've got rookies of Kyrie and Anthony Davis. They were both #1 overall picks. And then you've got mixed rookies, meaning from both classes. You've got Bradley Beal, Kawhi Leonard, Klay Thompson, Damian Lillard. So the 2012 product is a great product because it has both of those rookie classes combined. So moving forward to 2013, again, there was not a lot of hype. It wasn't until much later, and by much later, I'm talking about 2016-ish, right around the Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell draft class. That's when the hype really started building around Prizm. Prices were going up continuously, getting higher and higher. And so, of course, it kind of has become the go-to product for basketball cards. If you're not into the high-end, patches and autographs, a lot of us, including myself, I really love just a base rookie card, PSA 10, if not maybe a silver or refractor or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, that's kind of where Prizm has gone, is it's become the king of kind of the base rookie card. So starting back in 2012, the product was somewhat limited. But what people didn't realize is how limited it was, and it took a few years. You could go and buy Anthony Davis, Kyrie, and even second year, 2013, you could go and buy Giannis rookie cards, base cards, for $2, $3, $4, $5, guys. These were ending in auctions below $10 left and right. Those same cards that graded in PSA 10 sell for $600 and $800,000s of dollars. You could get those cards for $3, $5, $8. The silvers, even Giannis Prizm silvers that sell for, good Lord, is it like 12,000? I should have did some more research, but those cards that are selling for $10,000 or whatever it is right now, you could get those ending in auctions for $20, $25, $30. That makes all of us cringe, I know. So anyway, moving forward into 2015, which is, the Ben Simmons year, 2016 Ben Simmons year with Brandon Ingram, the product was gaining a lot of momentum and it was becoming a lot more popular. By 2017, it just kind of took over, and you can actually see by the production and where these where we go. I'll show you that in just a minute. So in the first year in 2012, looking at Anthony Davis, who is the most graded rookie from that class, you've got just under 1,000. You could see there's 943. Kawhi Leonard is 776. He's second. But moving forward, look at the numbers. Now, 2013, that Prizm product was horrible. You've got Anthony Bennett was the #1 pick. Oladipo is okay, but basically it's Giannis or nothing. And you can see in the numbers there's 2,000 PSA 10 Giannis base cards. Moving forward, it gets interesting because 2014, 2015, 2016, those numbers all stay, let's call it around 1,000. Okay, so 800 in 2014 for Joel Embiid, 2015, you see Karl Anthony Towns has roughly 1,000, and then Ben Simmons goes up about 20% to 1,200. What's fascinating is 2017, where it jumps 2.5 times. So the base cards, PSA 10, Ben Simmons, there's 1,200. Donovan Mitchell, there's 2.5 times at 2,800, we'll call it. And then you look at Tatum and it's almost the same. So you can see Prizm basically more than double their production from 2016 to 2017. In addition to that, 2018 is where it gets really interesting, because Donovan Mitchell at almost 3,000 more than triples when you look at Luka Doncic at 9,373. Now, guys, yesterday was April 13th. Today is April 14th. That number on Luka Doncic just went up 12. So 12 more PSA 10s were published as of today, if you go by PSA's population report. So it's fascinating to me because the card market has grown. Prizm has become king when you're looking at base cards and silvers and so on. So the market has eaten these up. Luka, Trey, Zion, Ja, they're all considered, the next group, the next tier of NBA superstars. But it's really interesting when you look at the numbers, and I'm curious to see, because Zion right now, I believe the numbers are about 1,200, but the product has only been out for a few months. It takes time for grading, to ship it off, to get it back, so on and so on and so on. So if from 2017 to 2018, the product tripled, right? What's going to happen in 2019? I'm curious to see, is Zion or is Luka going to be the first Prizm base card to reach 10,000 graded PSA 10s? Not just 10,000 in existence, not total graded. PSA 10s, these are the numbers. It's pretty fascinating stuff. Guys, please leave your comments. I'm curious what you think. Are you buying up Prizm cards? Are you selling? Have you noticed that in the last 3 weeks, for example, just Luka Doncic himself has gone from 700 down to about 400. Now, obviously, there's a lot going on in the economy right now, a lot going on everywhere. But it's interesting to see one of the hottest prospects in a very, very long time, Luka, and then you got Zion. These cards just absolutely took off. But PSA 10 base cards selling for $600, $700, $800. I'm curious to see, is the market going to sustain this? Is this just a temporary thing? Is Panini going to basically produce so much that it no longer maintains these prices? So tell me what you think. Please like and subscribe, and we will I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Thanks again for watching.